is William Ding, and welcome to my most recent project, the Utility Support Customer Service Platform. So what makes this so unique from other customer service platforms is that users will get the opportunity to choose between a text chat and a voice call, and in either case, they can choose between an AI assistant or a human representative to give them customer support, specifically for their utility issues. So on the left side, we have the customer side platform where they can choose to speak with an AI or human via text chat or voice call. And on the right side, we have the human representative agent side, where I will be able to receive calls, I will be able to see all the text chats, I'll be able to see all those live transcripts in real time. And then whenever a human or whenever a customer wants to speak to a human representative as myself, I'll be able to jump in with all the context I need, having been updated live, reading along with certain conversations. On the right side, we have the AI Copilot, which helps the human representative in any given situation on what to do next, guides them in the right direction, and helps them sort of approach certain conversations that are a little bit more complex. So over here, let's start with the text chat feature. Let's say I need help with, or let's just say hello for now. So in the back end here, I have Google Gemini being the sort of main responder for the text chat side. And then here on the right side, I'll be able to see this conversation as the human representative. So then let's say I need help with billing. So then we can see on the left side and the right side that this will be updated on either side. And then I can switch to the AI assistant or switch to a human. Sorry, let me do this again. I'm now speaking with the AI agent. I need help with a billing problem. And we can see on the left side and the right side, this will be updated for both the customer and for the human representative. So as a human representative, I'm following along with this conversation. And let's say I want to switch to the human representative. It's automatically switching because I'm clicking into the right side. So let's say I've pressed the human talk to a human button. I can respond to the customer like, how may I help you? Obviously, in a perfect world, I'll be able to just respond specifically with their problem or specifically to their problem. And then I have the right side, I have some suggestions based on how the conversation is flowing. So we see that billing is sort of the main issue here. And then me as the human representative, I'll be able to get these suggestions. So how may I help you? This will update on the left side and on the right side, and I can hand it back to AI whenever I need to, or whenever is needed, or if the customer on the left side is switching this button back and forth. So every time I'm switching this, the number of switches is being updated just as a way to keep track of sort of certain statistics. So in an ideal world where, the AI assistant and the human representative are both performing perfectly at their tasks, you don't want to see too many switches, but being able to see the number of switches in general is good just as a metric for performance in either side. So I'm going to reset both our conversations. In fact, I can open up multiple windows. So I have two windows on the left here. I have a hi bill dispute. This is just a pre-made transcript. Then I'll be able to see on the right side as well. And then in the other platform, I have another transcript. Let's do a new service startup. I'll be able to see on the left as well, or on the right as well as the human representative. So now for the voice call feature, where the text chat uses Google Gemini, the voice call feature uses Retail AI. I would normally use Vappy, but just for this case, I used Retail just because it performs a little bit better in terms of latency, not in terms of all around, but it's just the technology I decided to use today. And then let's say we're speaking.
Hi, thanks for calling Utility Customer Service. How can I help you today?
So the transcript will update live on both sides. So I can see it here and in here. So let's say something like, hi, I need help with my water utility.
Thanks for reaching out. I'm with Power Grid Energy Services, so I can help with electricity and natural gas accounts. For water utility issues, you'll want to contact your local water provider directly. Is there anything I can help you with regarding your electric or gas service?
So we can see on the right side, we have suggestions based on the conversation. This is happening live. and then I can say something back like, I'd like to speak with a human representative. So we have
Absolutely, I can
the
connect you with a customer
sort of
service
right side
representative.
lagging behind a little
Please
bit
hold
just
for just a
because
moment while I
we want the
transfer your
messages to
call.
be updated completely before, going through, going to respond, because sometimes transcripts aren't completely resolved before they show up in text. And then I've just asked for a human representative. It ends the call on the left side, and then in an ideal world or in a future version, I would connect these two directly. But because this is all a part of one backend, I probably can't do that at the moment. But yeah, that's essentially the basis of the project. So for the backend, I use Node.js, Express, TypeScript. Front end is also React and TypeScript. The database, I use PostgreSQL, pgvector, cache using Redis, just to manage sessions and real-time state, etc. etc. So ORM, I use Prisma just as a type database access. Everything is explained right here. That's basically everything. Socket.io just for WebSocket communication. That's actually really vital between two different front ends. The AI services, obviously I use Retail AI, use Google Gemini. Telephony is not something I've implemented at the moment, just because I haven't wanted to implement the phone number or phone calling service at the moment. Perhaps in a future version, but this project in its current state is simply for demonstration purposes of an idea rather than actual scalability. So perhaps in the future I'll work on that. Embeddings using OpenAI for RAG knowledge base. So in terms of the architecture, we have 5 layers. So what's interesting here is that we sort of have this mirror layering where we have the backend in the middle, and then we have 2 front ends. So we have the agent dashboard, where we saw on the right side, and then the customer layer that we saw on the left side. And then information is being flowed between the backend and then both front ends. So for the customer layer, we have the voice channel and the text channel flowing into the backend, and then we have the backend flowing into the agent dashboard where the agent can see that real time. And then as an invisible part of the architecture, sort of like a real time implementation, not quite like an actual, or sorry, let me rephrase, not in terms of an implementation architecture where this is the literal implementation, but obviously there's going to be the interaction between the agent and then the customer layer. So that's like another flow of information that we don't really necessarily need to interact with code, right? So the database is flowing. So the database layer is between the agent dashboard and the backend, and the voice channel and text channel between the backend and the customer layer. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the project. Hopefully in future versions, I'll be able to get everything polished. So for example, the voice could be a little bit more, the conversation could flow a little bit more smoothly. I feel that retail is quite strong, but using certain LLMs, like I think the version I'm using at the moment in the retail backend is, I think, GPT 4.1 mini. Perhaps something would be a little bit better for that, as I found that some of the conversations didn't flow quite nicely. But yeah, that's pretty much everything about this project. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll release something just as interesting, if not more interesting, in the near future. Thank you.